Good evening. My name is Devin Candies, and I'm the athletic director here at Georgia Tech. And on behalf of Georgia Tech Athletics, we would like to invite you and welcome you here to our university. For newcomers, we hope that you feel welcomed here and you feel a part of our family, as this huge part of your life is about to start. And for returners here, we welcome you back, and we thank you again for making the decision to join this beautiful university. We hope that you are excited about the future ahead of you as we are in you, and we have a lot of big ideas for the upcoming seasons. We first would like to go back and kind of reminisce on our past, as we had, a not so successful semester of football and volleyball last year. But we look to change that this year in the future. We look to change that coming up in this upcoming season. We'd like to consider last year as part of a growing, learning, and a transition year into what we have coming up here in the future. And what that is we would like to, first off say that we had big changes. We had, like I said before, not so successful thing, but with the use of our facilities and our great athletic trainers, our great coaching staffs, a part of our sports that we'd like to encourage and prepare for this upcoming and important year in sports. Here tonight with us, we have football and volleyball players. As we look back on last year's unsuccessful seasons, we want to make those changes in what we felt necessary to move forward to the next year. Focusing on football, we didn't do so how we lost all but 2 games, 2 conference games at that, so we did get some wins in the conference, but this year we want to separate ourselves. Like I said, we were going from a transition year. We look to add some wins under the belt of our great coaching staff, and we'd like to transition into a great year coming up. We expect more out of our seniors, our upperclassmen, our leaders to invite, make a part, and feel welcome to the newcomers. Same thing going out to the volleyball team here. We would like our captains, our seniors, our upperclassmen to reach a hand out to these newcomers, their families. All right. So now that we've talked enough about the past, we're going to look forward to the future, kind of give a background on what we're doing here at this university and, what separates us, especially to give comfort for the new families, the newcomers involved. Because, as we said before, this is a big part of their lives. This is when the newcomers, the freshmen, kind of step out towards, out of the shell of their parents, and they reach out into the future and prepare for it. For the parents, we want to let you know straight up that we care about your kids' grades more than anything here at the university. Seasons, as they enter the season, it puts a strain on their academics, and especially coming immediately into school and being in season, this becomes a huge issue and a worry. But here at Georgia Tech, we want to ensure that we hold our athletes to a higher standard than most. And in fact, we ensure this because the athletic department, the athletic committee as a whole, has set guidelines and rules, regulations on our athletes that go above and beyond what their individual and specialized coaches do. So, for example, we have rules set for all sports, whereas when you go step and you might be a part of the football team, you have other guidelines and rules that will also be asked for you to abide by. Here at Georgia Tech, we require you to have a 2.5 GPA to play. Now, this isn't really any different than most universities. It is regulated and under the rule of the NCAA that we will follow. This also states that you must carry 12 credit hours here at the university. But here's where things are a little different. For our university, we do not allow athletes to miss more than 3 classes. To ensure the best of grades, you have to attend class. There's no excuses, ands, or buts about it. So that way we put a lock that they cannot miss more than 3 individual classes of a certain course that they are taking here. Also, that they cannot miss more than 1 per week. So if that class is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, they can only miss 1 of those days. They cannot miss more than 1. We do abide by a curfew. We do enforce a curfew, and that's midnight here. We ask that all athletes be in bed and be lights out, trying to get some rest, because we do understand the strain that they go under. We want them to get allotted number of hours of sleep. Classes start here at 8 o'clock, so if they're in bed by midnight, they're getting at least 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep, depending on what time their classes start. All student athletes, all student athletes are required to attend at least 5 hours of study hall every week. This is no exception of GPA 4.0 all the way down to a 0.0. They will all require 5 hours of study time. That being said, tutors will be assigned to all student athletes who have a 2.75 GPA or below. Now, as a freshman, you're asking, how does that entail for me coming out? All freshmen, all new coming freshmen for their freshman year will have a tutor assigned to them. This is to ensure the best success for our student athletes. They'll be there to help them walk through classes, assignments. Now, this is not doing the work for you. This is just ensuring that you have a assistance and a support system when your parents aren't there. This is just to ensure success on your behalf. So all first year student athletes will be assigned a tutor, as well as returning players who have below a 2.75. Okay, so now that we've talked about just guidelines, rules, and everything else, we're going to talk about what we offer here, so that we can kind of explain this to your families as well. Here, our athletes are put underneath a nutritionist plan, a nutrition plan. They're provided with a great staff of athletic trainers and strength and conditioning coaches, as well as top-of-the-line facilities for these athletes to use. We cannot do our jobs for these student athletes if they don't do their job, if they don't meet us. So we can offer all the nutrition plans, but unless they come and grab the nutrition plans and come grab the food that we provide for them, we can't ensure success. Same thing as athletic trainers. If an athlete is hurt and they come one time a week to come receive treatment, that is not in their best interest, and it's not going to show. Same thing as their strength and conditioning coaches. If they're not lifting weights, you won't be able to see the athlete's full potential of growth. Now our facilities offer, they have no limit to what they offer for the students. We offer fun, exciting places and this and that, as well as strict, helpful facilities for the success in their respective sports. We're not going to ask an athlete to come train in an under-facilitated place. As well as to help you out in that transition, we offer team counselors. Each team will have a counselor assigned, to that students can report to if they're having issues with class scheduling, financial aid, as well as connecting the family to the student athlete, and it kind of serves as that in between to kind of hand out information and whatnot. It just gives that family a sense of support. If they need to call, they have questions, something like that, they can step in. Hey, Miss Judy over here for the volleyball team steps in and calls one of our students. Hey, do you know that we're having this problem with your son, daughter? We have these class schedules available. Financial aid hasn't come through yet. We just want you to relax, not have any questions, not have any concerns, and just be informed, especially being away from your child, because we understand that all students don't come from the same place. They're not all in town. With that being said, competing in the ACC, under the governing rules of the NCAA, we strive to give our athletes the best opportunities to be successful on and off the field, providing an environment positive to all players, fans, and members of the community. Georgia Tech carries proud traditions to create and ensure a wholesome experience for both the players as well as spectators. And so with that all being said, we would like to invite you cordially to the university, or Georgia Tech University, and welcome you as a part of our family of the Rambling Wreck Athletics. Thank you.